6:30 a.m. So I woke up. I had to make breakfast for my oldest at like 6. Just felt like a fucking train hit me all day. And then it's like, okay, well, let's talk to C-level executives. Talk about something. So Sunday, 30 a.m. All right. Let's see. We got the POC. Am I sharing?
Yeah, you are.
No, sorry.
Really quick, I just shared the YouTube link for anybody that doesn't have Discord Nitro and wants to see it in higher quality.
Thank you. So I'm just looking at, today's POCs right here. I'm sorry, yesterday's on futures, if you consider it yesterday. So right now, obviously, this would be a VPOC 1323 here. Well, I guess 324 tomorrow, whatever. We get it. So this would be a VPOC. It's building up here. I mean, are the futures up a little bit? Yeah. Well, so yesterday, if you guys remember, we talked about this. There's a high chance that we're going to be going for this right here, the 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me go in 1 hour and you guys will see it. This is a supply that I'm talking about. You see here, it looks pretty good, but you guys see something like right here. You see where we are right now? I just want to make sure everybody sees it. So if you look at this right here, look at the supply that we're in right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 POCs right now lined up here, and then you have a pretty strong one here, which has about probably 3. So if I was to remove this guy here and just grab the high and low here of this one, you'll see how important this one is right above it. So what we could do is that we break through this one, and most people would see this one, but they don't see the selling really started here, and they dipped it, and then rejection started and falling down. And we've never really, this level here, we tested, we got over it, we came back for a retest here. Now, I am pretty certain tomorrow we're going to test this unless something happens in the market news-wise or drives it. So the goal is here, and honestly, if we are to test this, I think that will conclude the major run the SPYs had. So if you look here, I mean, you have 45.95, maybe 460 is the ultimate goal, and that would be the level here that we have. So personally, I mean, did much change in the market to be so bullish? Probably not, but there's a gamma squeeze. There's a lot going on. So let's see. Let's mark this level. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I usually, as you guys know, like to mark them this way. So this is 8x POC here. And then I'll just take this off just to look at kind of price action a little bit. Yeah, so this could be a trap. Do you guys see why? Anyone?
Volume?
Yeah, volume is one of the things, but if you look at the ASHI candles, right, we talked about it last night. Every time that you approach resistance, so if you pay attention to here, as the candles are getting smaller, like this, you see what happens. You get the small candle, then you get the little pop called a trap. And you see here, smaller candle, and that's actually a really bearish setup here. And they pop it higher a little bit, and then we come down. So they could pop it a little bit higher, and then literally, we'll be retesting at some point some of these major VPOCs that we have here. So tomorrow is on long side, there's a lot more reward, it seems like, that might come in on the put side if there's any bad news, and I'm seeing some news coming through that are maybe not so positive right now.
Are you basically just gonna wait to see how that 4,500 plays out before you go long?
So, yeah, this is gonna be our major level tomorrow that we watch, and if we hit this like pre-market or we hit it tonight, you'll see how it reacts, and they'll tell us if it double tops hits again, then it's a short with the weakness. So we'll know how to play it tomorrow based on that level. But that's the major level we're watching now. 45.50, of course, 45.50, 45.67 is our level to watch for. And here it seems like, if I'm just going off of this candle here, that there's something at 45.23, and that's where we got rejected earlier. Okay, let me check NQ real quick. So, I mean, this is a nice pop out of this channel. We have the VPOC at 49.20, so we still have a little bit of room to go. Nice bull flag. Change that back to 23. Hopefully you guys ate today, because there was a lot of opportunities, even from Watchlist and other setups. If you just charted it last night, there's a lot of setups that you could have taken. See, so okay, there's something that's happening on volume profile. Is anyone noticing anything? Okay, B's okay. Talking about something here. We talked about it briefly before. So the value areas are making higher highs, meaning the VAH is making higher high, higher high, higher high, lower high, and then still a lower high compared to this one. Our value area highs during the day are not, we're getting stagnant on the price right now. It looks like this is going to be the distribution zone right now. Are you guys seeing what I'm saying or no?
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
Yeah, so you see you have a higher high here, then here, you're going up, you're going up, 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 you're going down, and you're still not taking out. Well, now they pushed it up here, but God knows where this is going to end. This area here, they pushed it literally above it, and you see how we're respecting that. The main zone now, we bounced perfectly off of it, and I would not be shocked if we make another crazy run to this VPOC. And that becomes the end of it, because here there's a couple of more that we would, after that, we would need to look at bigger picture here and see what's going on. I mean, there's a couple of other ones we can mark on this. There's one right here, major one. I guess there's a VPOC here right above it. 15.1. That's no longer a VPOC, 15.2. And this becomes like a nice little zone. It's a pretty good zone for rejection here, because that's where we dumped last time. We dumped, we came back, seller got more, we came back again, and then we had almost like a wave, third wave on the bigger picture that triggered here, and then you see how the completion, and actually it is the third wave. So that's, I think this is a fairly important level tomorrow, 49.20. Probably could be even closer. Yeah, there's one here as well. I just don't know how important this level here is. The volume area is not the strongest. Yeah, but we'll definitely watch this one tomorrow on NQ. Let me see if we marked the levels here. Seems like this POC matches the 4x POC to a penny here. Okay, this is no longer a VPOC here. Just remove it. And there is a VPOC here. I don't know how you missed this one yesterday. This is a pretty strong level here. You guys see it and why? So you had like a mini POC that was formed here, and then they shifted it to the top side, which also lines up with the POC from the day before. So if you're going to get any dumps, this becomes a new area for a bounce here. So I'll definitely watch this tomorrow. Okay, let's take this off. So we'll watch this tomorrow. See, I mean, if we go below this, then we know where we're headed. Fairly easy. See, spy. All right, I'm just gonna kind of cover something that we covered last night. Do you guys remember these circles where you said that most likely a rejection was gonna happen?
Yes.
It was right here. It was here. So if you took the trade right here, you probably could have been driving from 446 to 445. If you took the trade here, you would have been driving it for, again, $1.20 each time on the rejection. It worked out pretty nice. You're just not letting trend lines develop much. So we got something here. Let's see how we react tomorrow. It looks like it really wants to go to this 456 tomorrow. And I think there's a 458. I'll check right now. Let's see how see how we dropped. This was the second drop in the value area high, making lower highs. One made a higher high, lower high. So it's telling you that this run is kind of running out of steam. So if you pay attention to it, like anywhere before, and you got to kind of, be the student of the game and study it and see. Right, so this one is not a really long run. Okay, maybe here. So higher high, higher high, higher high. And you guys see how stagnant the price is getting here. Right, here comes a lower high, higher high, higher high, and then here, boom, we got the drop. So you can short it off of the lowest value area low. And that's something that you can do here as well. So it looks like this level here will be your shortest or lowest, level here, 443.9. And that's, if you're going to enter some swings, this will be your swing short entry here. Or if we enter a major level here, you can definitely take that, right? So you can definitely short something like here. It's probably going to be hit tomorrow if the market cooperates and they want to push it higher. But yeah, this level here is fairly important. You guys see this? So just pay attention to this line here. Let me just kind of go like right here, and you'll see how many POCs are hitting, right? So you have these 3, 4, 6 POCs here in this line. So if you're to kind of think of the supply area, so here you go. Like this becomes literally your major supply here. This right here becomes your major supply area, which, I wouldn't be shocked if we go and hit it. Even if you hit the top side of this one, it should be somewhere around here, 459.6. If you go here, that's definitely possible. If you go over this, you hit it here. This is something that I'll be looking to short into a major supply zone. And this is where the patience comes. a lot of people like to short it, but this is where, you know, the big boys make money. They will enter a big short position here and kind of bank on it. Let's see. So POCs.
That being considered, when you think about that, and then also like the weakness and the low volume today and all this stuff, but knowing that they want to take it higher, like how would you be approaching your like price targets and?
So the price targets are levels right here that we have, right? Every one of these that we have is our price targets for downside.
Right.
Especially if there's any VPOCs that they left behind.
Right. I'm just curious, like, for example, like if you took a 10-pack, how would you be looking to offload that 10-pack? Just curious.
So it's based on the levels, right, and the strength. You're watching the market. You're seeing, you know, how it's behaving, the closings, the volume. Are they selling? Are they buying? And, you know, let's say it hits the first target, you short it. I don't know, we said 460. So you short some at 456. Well, you would probably buy some, you know, maybe like April contracts, April monthlies. And if you buy, let's say 450s, and our first level is 448. Well, as it approaches that, you want to take majority, like 70% of your contracts, you want to take that off. Then if it continues down, you use the profits from this to buy the next one down. Then you'd be like, maybe the 440s next. And you wait for a bounce up, and then you buy it on the bounce up to go down. You don't buy, I don't like to buy when it's already pushing down, to be buying contracts, because, you know, you're chasing a little bit.
Right.
So that's how I usually play it.
Cool. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. POC 323. So here, I mean, SPY was pretty easy today. I mean, it literally, we had a blueprint what it was going to do today.
I've noticed the last 3 days, there's just been knives everywhere, just random out of, you know, anywhere.
The what? Knives?
Just random knives, you know, just the last 3 days because of the volume.
Yeah. And I mean, trust me, that they're going to regret that if it starts coming down. And I mean, so just look at this on a daily. Let's just kind of zoom in. I'll hide all of these studies for a moment. So here, if you look at the daily here, I mean, just look at the price action. This was the first tap. Like, this was the immediate rejection of this supply zone that we have here, if you think about it. Well, since then, these guys are prepping to unload again. So my opinion, we're going to come here, and then you're going to see either some news or whatever is going on with the wars or whatever it might be, that they come up with something, especially now. I don't know if you guys saw, I posted the mortgage rates chart earlier. I mean, they're spiking those up. I think it's like 4.25 now, or 440 basis points. So they're really hiking the mortgage rates, which, you know, could turn around into the mortgage issue. Because think about it, before a person could afford a 500K house with a 2% loan on 30 years, well, the same house on 500K, that person is priced out. Because now the interest is twice as much, right? So your payment's going to be through the roof, and those people can't afford it. Therefore, the inventory of the houses is probably going to be, you know, high inventory turnover days, meaning it's going to be sitting on the shelf for a little bit. I agree.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'm just marking this as 2-day previous high, because this is a double top here. You guys see it? There's one here, and there's one here. And if it fails tomorrow to break this, I don't even know where it's at. Probably broke it already. Yeah, see how they broke it here. They're able to kind of hold this into the weekend. Then it turns a little bit bullish, and most likely we hit this next week. If they're unable to hold this, well, then we have a lot of potential to come back down. But we'll see the clouds on this shortly as well, just see where we are. I just want to see the volume profile on this one. Man, there's a lot of volume wall gaps. So this is definitely a supply setup here. Like this day was definitely supply here. Tomorrow would be fairly important to see how we do. I just don't know who would be buying into Friday, especially with the news of the war talk, and now they're talking more about missiles or whatever in Russia and China. I just don't know how many people are willing to swing through the weekend now. And it could be, but yeah, not me.
Not me.
They won't catch me doing it. So I mean, if this breaks here, guys, if this trend line, let's say somehow magically they don't do it after hours, this breaks, I mean, you have this level right here for shorting off of the volume shelf, like short below. This is probably what happens is that they dip it, and then once we break this level, you know, you have a little bit of a dump here. But I do think we go to that POC of 448 too then. And this POC here, it's a pretty strong one though. Okay, we just check the cloud on this guy. Oh. Well. Yeah, tomorrow 452.19 is going to be super important. At this level here, does anyone know what this is?
It's the middle of a cloud. Which one is it?
Yeah, it's the weekly, man. This is a pretty big deal. Okay, why is it a big deal? Here's the last time we hit it. Here's the last time it acted as support. Anywhere you look, this level is here. Look, now you're hitting that from the downside. Look what happened every time you hit it. Like this is a fairly big deal here.
What do you got as that number in the mid?
452.19. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna be shorting probably about 40% of my small account tomorrow. Anyone know why?
Bearish money shot.
No. I'll let you guys look at the chart for a little bit.
When trend bar is turned red and you're about to hit that weekly mid.
Okay, look more. You guys see this?
Oh yeah, you have
Divergence.
divergence on the MACD there.
Guys, since this right here, 437. Oh my god. There, this is bullshit move here. There's really nothing here. I mean, just look back right here. Sure, can they, you know, here, there was a divergence from this point. So they can sustain it for about a 2-week period and then look at a dump. So if you think about it, 2 weeks from now, what are we in 324? So you're looking like the 31st, 7th. So let's say you're like, man, screw it. I'm going to play the 14th. Is that the monthlies on April? I think it is.
I think so.
Yeah, that's the monthlies. So let's just look at what they've been doing here. So somebody's buying 410s like they're free.
I saw that. Yeah, someone went heavy on it.
Let's see what else they're hiding in this guy. All right, well, we're going a little bit heavier on puts on SPY. You guys see the ratio here? So that means we're going to be slowing down here soon.
Yeah,
So
today literally was.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say today literally was like the lightest day on SPY for the year, volume wise.
Yeah, let's see what they bought. Holy crap. April 29th, 375 puts. He bought 42,000 of them. And this is part of a spread. It looks like it's, I'm trying to figure out which guy, what all he did. Is part of this one, this one, this one. So he bought the 390s, sold the 360s, and he might have sold 375s to buy the 390s. So he would be 130. You guys see what he did? Add up 85 plus 59.
144.
Yeah, he's getting $10 credit on these right here, on about 61,000 of them or whatever. He's making some money on this trade, so somebody buying May, a lot of these calls, 485s. And there goes April 15. Somebody targeting 415. March 28, would that be a Monday? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
Monday.
they're targeting 435 for Monday. I mean, I can't do the math this quick, but 5, 7, 8 times, where was the price? Times 81. You're putting $500,000 on a line a week from now. Okay. Then another guy here, he's putting some money on 435s. I mean, I don't know. I'll look into some other stuff, but it seems like we might have a little bit of a fun weekend here. What, the futures just pump or what? I think that's what people are telling us here. Yeah, but definitely this divergence. Let's see if it takes, it should be on the 1 hour too. Let's see, so there's a bullish divergence here. We bounced, and we're probably going to play it out coming into this. I should have done different. Here. Yeah, look at this on the weekly here. I mean, this is major. Yeah, this is pretty big right here. So here's your, you guys see the divergence from here? So it's telling you from this point on right here that we had 420 where we actually bounced last time. Since, well, I'm sorry, from here, where the point is 420, yeah, 424. We've had a little bit of bearish divergence. Momentum's also been down, really not much. This run here is, I mean, it's shifting to green, which it could rocket. And if it breaks this middle, it most likely go 478. But this level is very, very important. The 460, the 452 to 460 is important. If we break 452 and we hold it, we're going to the 460, that supply. So you take that long and then you short it. So me personally, I will probably look up some April 14 calls. I'm sorry, puts, not calls. Like these are not bad. 420s, 440s. Load up on those, and then for tomorrow, this might be a wild one, but 455s, and then 453s. And if you get stupid wild, we'll go for the 460s. So that's buy. Where's, okay. Let's see what we're doing here. So we are inside the 4 hours. Anything you guys notice right off the bat?
The clouds closed.
The cloud's closed, yeah. So we have a cloud that's closed on that one. The daily top is right here. We're stuck inside the daily top cloud right here. And on 1 hour, if you guys pay attention to your MACD, see the 1 hour? We never made a higher high post this 445. If we're gonna dump, it's probably spike tomorrow to 452 to the weekly mid, and we short it at weekly mid tomorrow. That's actually my plan for tomorrow, if that's how it plays out. I'll definitely watch this. And then if the price goes up, just so you guys know how to play it, if it goes up, you don't, once it comes down, you don't short here. Where do you short? Short here. And you're going to short on this little guy right here. So you would short here. You don't short the break. Pretty sure that this is a highly possible scenario tomorrow. Qs. You guys remember the long level for the Qs that we had? 420. Well, long gone that. $40 later. Okay, looks like we know where they're headed. So yeah, big guy here. Sorry, I'm just removing some of these trend lines. Let's see what we got here. So we have the POC here, which lines up with this POC. So usually what I'll do when something like this happens, I don't want to have too many lines. This is perfect for me. So this would be, what is this? The 12th? I don't even know how to read this. So this was the Tuesday, right? Tuesday was the 22nd. And then today was what? The 24th. So if we're to drop and you want to play a scalp, there's a high chance that you can play it here, right? If you look at the volume profile, just looking at the structure of it, and you guys see how this one matches here as well. Matches that one. So this probably becomes your bounce zone right here, 357.3 to 356.43. And this to me is looking, once it breaks this level here, this becomes your supply and distribution. It has a B shape on the bottom here, which might hold, push back up, and then you get a dump. But we'll know tomorrow on Qs what they really, really want to do here. Let's look at 2 hours. I like looking at 2 hours because it gives me a little bit of picture to the left. And so we have a little bit of a level here. I don't know how much importance this level is here. It might be important just because of the 360 level, but let's see. 210. We'll add this one here. Pretty strong volume on it. Yeah. We'll just keep a line there. But other than that, if it decides to really run, it has probably this level here. It's double POC here. 380. If at any point I'm talking or confusing, you just tell me. Okay, so that would be the levels for this guy here. Potentially we come back and bounce right here. You can take it long and then look for a spike to 360. if it gets over that, then, you know, the magnet's the VPOC. So we'll definitely watch this tomorrow and see the strength or whatever happens. Let me make sure that we don't get surprised here on this guy. It was just beautiful here. If you guys are paying attention still. Look at the bounce on this the VPOC right here. Well, came back and it bounced. I mean, if you think about it, this is probably going to be around 50%. Oh, sorry, I missed it. At 61.8. So a perfect tap on 61.8, unable to kind of get over it in the rejection here. So if this breaks 115, we're going. So let me kind of remove the ashes. So we're going to probably go to the 121 and go towards the previous gap area. So I'll definitely watch this tomorrow. This is an important level for oil. So let's see this because wow, look at CDX. It hit the POCs perfectly to 155. Has a lot more to go. Okay, AMD. If anyone play AMD today? They were so good. I played it. That was just, wow. That was a run. So did anyone play it on this call?
I was in Apple all day.
No, okay. Yeah, I played AMD actually. So I played it. I led this. I did not take it here. I actually bought it right here on the break of this candle. So it was the 113, but I got in a little bit earlier. I think I got fill like 1.6 or 1.55, and these contracts went to 5.5 from here to here. I mean, it was beautiful run on AMD, but it does set up. It's setting up a little supply zone right now. And if you guys see, we had the daily mid-level mark there at 119.42. So we'll check to see where's the daily mid now. See if it's over or under. Yep, so we're definitely over the daily middle here. That's probably an old daily mid. The daily mid is here at 112, and the daily top is at 121. Let's see, what color is the cloud? Cloud's open on the top side. It was closed here. So we have the level here, and it's stuck now on the monthly pivot. So okay, so if we're able to cross that, let's see, where did the level go? Did I mark my daily mid? I thought I did. My daily top, 121.59. Oh, it's right here. Okay. And then we have this level, 122.56, and then you guys see the weekly mid lines up with that POC. It's very close. So that will most likely act like a magnet today. Man, some of these contracts I made on the video are going bananas today. Wow. It went from $20 to $2,000 or $1,800 on the video. Wow. So AMD, let me just revisit this. So it's no longer a VPOC. We'll just get rid of this guy. Okay. I think we're going to be running out of steam on this tomorrow. Let's see in the video. I don't think this one's done for a little bit. So this would be our level for our bounce right here on the video now. Full supply zone. Not that we have to highlight it this much, but. Yeah, I think we gotta fix this shit where I can just automatically do it. So most likely, if we see weakness tomorrow, we're going to short that retest, meaning it'll go down, come back, and then we'll short this to all the way to 272 or whatever the level was, 272.5, I believe is the correct one. So most likely watch this scenario tomorrow. Okay, let's see what else you guys might have. All right, Tesla's still in this channel. Not in the right time frame. Okay, we're making lower highs on value areas right here. You guys see how we're going up, rip. Now we're inside. Okay, so our short level, is still here. I was still not short anything on Tesla unless it breaks this level here. So I did 1024. It went all the way 988 all the way to 1020. Had a $40 run today at some point. It's not ready yet. Anyone watch Amazon? Oh, what do you guys see on Amazon?
Broke the trend line.
Yep, broke the trend line. What else?
Making lower high, or sorry, lower lows.
Man, lower highs and lower lows now.
Well, that's what I meant, yeah.
Yeah.
Started a downtrend.
It's in a downtrend now. What a nice trap here today. 10 we're going down all the way and then bring it back up. Pretty well executed. And last night on the watch list, we said that this was the level. Does anyone recall that the 32.53 once it breaks, that it was going to be almost like an instant? Like I think I even said that it was going to be like 15-minute drop all the way to 3227, which was about $25 drop.
Oh, and look at that full send too.
So you had full send with the hammer candle. So your entry was at 32.52. And I mean, you would have been driving this. Even if you just took the fib off of this to here, it would have given you perfect levels here to get out at 1618. Look at that. I mean, it gave you perfect reward here.
It's beautiful.
And then, I mean, just simply, right? What we always tell you is lower highs, making lower lows, set up a nice little, if you want to call it channel or falling wedge here. If comes a break, you could have played this. Smaller accounts, probably not suggest you play it just because the contracts are pretty expensive till they do the split. Doing this one we talked about yesterday as well. You said that you really want to buy it here for a bounce, right? $20 bounce on shop right here. We're still making lower highs. We didn't even take out the opening high of 711 here. So unless this is broken out, you're not going long, because then it can go to 721. But what are you noticing about value area? Highest high, lower high, and it's kind of getting tight right now. So this might be ready for some short soon. Ideally, we want to short it below it, below this here. Okay. What other tickers you guys want? I saw the Tillery and all those wheat stocks. Oh my God. I guess, do you guys recall when we did this? Drew, does anyone recall this when we drew these levels?
Wasn't that like the same time that we were looking at the EV stuff, like the solar charging
and
stuff?
We said if it goes to 515, we need to start looking at calls.
Yeah, this was back in December.
No, this was probably a month and a half ago.
Okay.
Or a month ago.
I thought it was like December or January, but okay.
Look where the line starts.
Yeah, look where the line starts.
Well, I was grabbing the lines off of these levels here, so it wouldn't tell us. But I think we can say when it was made. This, no, this is the beginning point. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's fine. We created some alerts on these. The 515 was a beautiful level to start buying on this. I mean, think about it, 515 to about, what is this, 7? That's a pretty good return on even just shares. And it looks like this thing went 515 to 850. I mean, that's a hell of a return.
Yeah, the stupid thing is I saw the news like an hour and a half before it moved.
Yeah, I mean, look at it. I mean, you probably couldn't even catch this, to be honest. This right here is hard to catch without paying a premium.
Yeah, because like the first sight of the news was in the middle of the day, and then all of a sudden it's like moving like crazy.
I'm pretty sure all of these started running. Yeah, they're all gonna have same charts. I guess I still have some level on MJ that hit perfectly.
Could you look at coin, Shorty?
Yeah, we'll take a look at coins, see what's going on with that guy. Coin. Short below right here, 250, long 260, I guess. No longer valid. And this will look cleaner on weekly here. Man, it is just consolidating and accumulating here. So this is probably where they took the retail out. So retail was probably had their stop losses here, meaning they're like, hey man, if it breaks this box, this will be my stop loss, meaning this would be retail stop loss. Well, why is it important to know this? Does anyone have an idea? All right, here's a scenario. You're a big boy and you have $250 million worth. You want to buy a coin. Okay. Pay attention for a second. That'll make sense. And you're like, man, I don't have much liquidity. People are really not selling here because they keep getting bounces. But I know there's a lot of stop losses by retail here. So what do you do? Best thing you do is that you trigger those stop losses, and then basically you steal the shares from the retail. By hitting their stop losses, you're buying them cheaper and you just create your liquidity. And that happens a lot. So usually when you see a pattern like this, stock goes up, then it goes down, and then it does this. I'm pretty sure if you guys go and look, you guys will find something. And let's say this looks like this. We started here. Where should you buy here on this scenario right here?
For calls or puts? Sorry.
Calls.
Above the high of that peak, the first. Yeah, right there.
Here?
Yep.
So this is your riskiest trade. If you want to survive the market, this is where you buy. Because what happens is that this comes here and then it goes.
Oh, yeah. Over. I thought you meant the upside. I'm sorry. Yeah, of course. You want to buy in your demand zone.
Yep. So this right here is exactly what I just explained to you guys. This becomes your liquidity. This becomes your liquidity because the retail is like, yeah, man, look, we bounced here, we bounced here. I'll just put my stop loss right here. And how many times did you guys hear somebody, man, I got stopped out and then it took off? I'm pretty sure everyone in this call, in this chat room's heard that before. Like, man, I had it right here, and then as soon as I got out, it exploded. It's a common concept because they know where your stop loss is. So watch what coin does now. I mean, if you wanted to play coin, play something crazy, play like 400 calls for 2 years out. And most likely you'll be in the money within 2 years. So this would be your target right here. This guy right here would be your target, 370. And this is the same exact setup. If you think about this, right, just what I did right here. So here's your little spike here, right? It's creating this, spikes it up. And then you see here, I'm on weekly charts. So this looks a little bit better on this one. And then here, they know retail had stop losses slow below. So what do? They send it below. And now, since we don't have a lot of data, this is fairly new stock. Now, it's hard to determine if this is a true bottom. So people are probably a little afraid to be buying right here, but somebody's definitely buying right here. And, if they know, hey man, 150 is good, we've had it at 430, there's going to be buyers. All they have to do is produce some news about Bitcoin and how good it's going to be, and this thing takes off. But it's the same concept here. Set up the stop loss, create the liquidity sweep, come back, we got the shares. Now pump back the retail from the people that you stole. Just think about this. We stole the shares from you here, and we'll sell it back to you right here. For 30, there's going to be buyers. All they have to... Okay.
Makes
sense. Does that make sense?
Yep.
It's an important concept to understand because they do see your stop losses. And if you look into YouTube, something called SMT in forex trading, and they do that a lot in currency trading. So, but this right here is going to be your decision point right now. So if you wanted to go along this level here, 190, well, I would call it 200, honestly. The break of this is going to go above it, probably up to here. And then you kind of want to be the buyer right here. This is your buy point. Unless you like a little bit more risk, then you can play the breakout, but I just like a little bit less risk. I mean, look at the 15-minute, right? So if you look at 15 minutes, I'll just change it to Ashi's for a second so I can see better. So let's do 30 minutes. So even if you took the 30 minutes here for the past 2 days, you had a couple of nice levels that you could have played here. So there's consolidation here, went above it, dipped below. As soon as it broke this 186, you could have taken that long. And you got a spike about, what, $5 on this? So consolidate, come drop below, and then spike. And you can do this on pretty much any ticker that you think about it. Let's see, snow. Okay, so snow might be ready here. You guys see it? Same concept right here as snow as it is on previous. So we should definitely watch this tomorrow. So there, I would call this break of 230. You're going to go upside, but then you see how the candles are looking tiny, right? Do you see this happening anywhere else on the chart? Well, you should by now.
Bottom left, beginning of the first wave trend.
Yeah. So, I mean, you had it here. You see how it spiked, and then you got the flush. So if we get that, I mean, at 205, it's not bad to be a buyer, right? And if you look at these levels here, it's telling you that that level is probably good here. 207, 205. Draw a little demand zone around it. So this might be a nice, if you don't want to play the breakout, well, breakout would be good, breakout retest. Or you could play this, but then you have also, if this decides to run, and this stock can run, like I've seen it run. But look what we talked about earlier, right? So just so you guys understand the concept. You guys see what happened here? You can't tell me you don't know. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 6th day, they're like, man, yeah, we're going to get rid of the shares. And they've been selling at this level right here for some time. And then they literally like, whoop, and dumped it. And then you had 2-day consolidation. So not as much here on the bottom. And this becomes your demand zone here. Fairly simple, right? Anything particular you like about this level, anyone here? It's a 2x VPOC, right? So if these certain prices break, so let's say tomorrow we break, this is probably 200 right here, 197.45 breaks, there has to be a 200 VPOC somewhere, or POC. Usually they line them up. So if you look here, you break the 197, I mean, you almost have a free shot all the way down to this 187 that becomes a magnet. So 197, 192, 187, and then you see anything here between these two, 187, 60, 166, there's not much.
Nope.
And that's, that's a pretty good drop. And this, I'll just remember this chart, and whoever's, if you're recording, this level here will be retested. Like, I'm pretty certain this level is going to be retested. They're like, okay, well, let's test it for a test drive. Yeah, there's still buyers, retail's interested in it. All you have to tell millennials and younger crowd is, hey, Bitcoin and Shiba. And what happens? They're like, okay, man, I'm going to sell my kidney. I'm going to buy some Bitcoin. So fairly simple, right? It's not hard to pump it now, especially with social media. Drew, she just said something bad about you.
Oh, sorry. You can hear the Chinese.
Bro, she was talking smack about you.
No, that's my kid's taking his Chinese classes right now.
So what the hell you feed these kids?
Mostly meth.
I mean, Kyle, he goes from fighting tournament championships to learning Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, like, come on.
Trying to make him a well-rounded kid, you know? Guitar lessons, jiu-jitsu, homeschooling during the day, and then Chinese classes at night.
Well, that's a good way to make us feel proud as parents here.
Trying my best, man. Trying my best.
My kid can't tie her shoes yet.
They're 26.
Hey, Velcro, man.
And my kid had McDonald's on night. Thanks, catching rockets.
No, man, that's a great job raising your kiddos. Yeah, I mean, Coin looks good. Snow looks good.
Can we review LRCX?
LRCX. Isn't that the semis? Oh, it's not.
My
What
wife.
is this?
It's production. Semiconductor.
My wife hid a Thai chili in my food, and I almost threw up. That was spicy.
You said this is what? I'm sorry, Dumpster.
It's like production of semis or something.
Okay. Looks this is the most unusual VPOC. This is the most mine 30. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
I have
weird.
not seen this shape. It's probably been, I don't know how many years since I've seen it. That means there's hard sellers at this level right here when it's really, really hard top like this. Especially here, you see how it's a hard top?
Yep.
When there's a hard top like that, I mean, this is just people, when you look at volume profiles, when they study it, they usually say that that's the hard rejection on it. So I haven't seen that in a while. I mean, it's almost a perfect eye zone here. What could go wrong at this level on the first revisit? Me personally, you guys know this, but I would not take this long, but that's just me. I don't like, what is this? No. I don't like buying stuff when it's been overextended like this for any long place. I mean, ideally, what would you guys like to happen here?
I mean, I would expect it to reject off that VPOC right there again.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is all about patience right here. So this one here, you're waiting as it approaches, and honestly, you short this. Because me personally, and I'm just thinking fundamentally now more so than, and maybe I'm wrong, you know, that's why we have a group. But if a lot of resources are tied in countries that are in war right now, and you know, you pissed off Putin and other countries by putting sanctions on them, what makes you think you're going to get those resources back for production of chips, which, you know, some of those countries produce like 60-70%? Like, what makes you think you're gonna have that trade going well to keep producing chips? Like I just don't know. Like fundamentally, I think chips need to or will take a little beating here.
So do I, but that bias kept me from making some cash the last couple days.
No, for me it's not bias. So the way I think of it, you let it, play against you. Like I traded AMC today, and I told you guys on AMD, anytime it comes to 99 and 100, I always buy a ton of shares, and every time I'll buy it. And you can literally, if you hit AMD at 100, let's say 100K each, 3 times, you just doubled your account. Because every time it hits, it goes to 20 or 120, 130, 120, 130. But this right here is, so pay attention to this. Pay attention to this, and to this. And again, if I'm boring you to death, let me know.
Can I borrow 100K, Shorty, for when AMD hits 100?
Yeah. Just come over and do the guitar lessons, do the after schools, and then do some Chinese teachings, and I give you 100 grand.
Oh, sure.
I'll do it for 10 years.
I'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, man, there's a house right here. And like this right here, I don't know, I'm drawing too many boxes, but it is entering some major supply right here. So just think about what's happening, right? And I don't know who asked, I'm sorry. So you had the buyers that showed up here, they drove the price up. Then you notice here, oh, I don't have volume. Right. So if you look here, right, you see the volume, they spike it back up, and then it hits the supply zone, and you see, even though it's after hours, you're seeing somebody's offloading the shares. This is probably a large order that couldn't be executed during the day. Then they pump it, and then you get a nasty candle here on 30 minutes, and then you dump from it, and you're kind of coming back all the way to this level here. You have some buyers, they fill their orders, they're unable to hold it. There's a liquidity drop here. And now you're literally watching like, okay, liquidity, oh, never mind, we're really selling off. You come back, and this is your like first true tap now that you're hitting deep inside this, right? So if you want to break this level here, I'll probably play, if the 560 breaks, I'll play the 570 calls on this. If it doesn't, then there's no meat, on the bone. It's more prone for the puts than it is for the calls. So hopefully, I don't know if that made sense, but I would definitely wait for 560, see how we behave. If we're able to do that, then, it would probably look like something. It goes over 560, come back, then we hit the 573. So that'll be the play. Isn't it SOXL? No. What's another one, semi? I think it's like an ETF. I traded over there before.
SOXL is the semiconductor.
What is it?
You had it, SOXL. Soxel.
This one?
Yeah, that's all semis or whatever. That's the ETF. 3X or something.
Yeah, SOXL is a 3X ETF bullish. I think SMH is the one that's ETF for semis.
SMH? Oh, yeah. Oh, this one might be interesting. So I'll see something real quick on this. Interesting. Yeah. This is coming back down soon. And you guys see where it's coming back to? I mean, just simply look at this. I will take these two lines. And I'll drag them all the way for as far as I can see. What do you see at this level the most?
There's a bunch of POCs.
There's a bunch of POCs, and the price keeps hitting this level the most.
Yep.
So therefore, that's your TPO, time spent at this level. And it becomes a super, super duper important level. And sometimes when you have like choppiness and like this, what I'm seeing here, you kind of can use this or, like a cumulative volume profile. But if you're using volume profile, you're probably marking this area right here as your supply in the min zone. I mean, chopped. It looks similar to the previous chart. Just if you circle this level here. If you kind of circle it right here, that would be the major level, major resistance right here.
More time below that level than above it.
Exactly. Yeah. So here you can't tell if it really accumulated or if it's going to distribute, right? Because here it distributed heavy from it. So based on what I'm seeing here, just paying attention to it, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, and then a heavy distribution happened. So if you're coming back here, and if these people sold off, it could be that we want to go higher, then you would need to break 280. And then you have, a VPOC that's sitting and waiting right here at 286. And then, I don't know, I'm not looking far enough left. VPOC, but then you might, start making some bigger levels here. And your value area of TPO is right here at 302. And the bottom is right here at 245. So, and these levels like to be tested on the upper side, and same principle applies as the volume profile rules number 8. This was unexplored area, came back, explored it. Now it could be going for 302. It just needs to break these 280 to 286, which you can play, and then 286 to this. But if I zoom in on this volume profile a little bit, if you never studied TPO, then these numbers mean nothing to you. They're like Chinese. But here, once you're able to break this level, 281, you have a little break-even zone all the way to about 296. So 281 breaks, we're going to 296. So whoever is watching this, I don't even know how the liquidity is on this. I've never traded.
What was that called? Those numbers to the right?
Oh, this is your time profile. Like we use volume profile and tells you highest volume by price. This is highest amount of time spent at a level. And this one here is telling you the number of days that it's spending here.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. And if you guys want this, I'll share this volume profile, TPO.
Yes, please.
I'll put it in the toss. So that's this one. The one I missed, and I knew it was going to have a bounce at this level. I told myself I should not miss it. I need to get it. Yeah, I definitely missed it. So look at this demand zone here. I just want to show you on the weekly chart. So this was the demand zone that I had levels marked. I was expecting a liquidity dump right here, and they never did it. And you see here what happened. I mean, if you bought this at 875, you guys see where it went? 1256.
Oh shit! Yeah, I was looking at this earlier. I was pissed off too.
Oh, dude, I'm so mad. I mean, think about how much I missed it by. So if you look at this on 30 minutes, look at my alert.
Yeah.
It's at 836.76, and they brought it to 849 for $13 miss for a $500, $400 run.
What are you looking at here?
Melly.
This is Melly. This is a Mercado Libre. It's like literally Amazon of
South America.
South America. They're really powerful. Yeah, I definitely missed this one. I'm kind of upset that I don't look at it. I just put my levels and then, I mean, I missed this, I missed the bounce, I missed the bounce. But think about it, how easy it is to play this. I know you guys are like, man, but my account's only 100. Well, think about it. If you find stocks, they do the same movements. Let's say it's $5 and it goes to 7. You buy a bunch of 5, sell at 7. Comes back to 5, buy a bunch of 5, now sell it at 7 again. Now you're doubling your account slowly. But then let's say you have $100,000 and you buy at 870 and you sell it at 1150. Now you just made 30% or whatever, right? Same concept. You just keep repeating, but you always buy at the bottom, not here where people are like, yeah, man, like I think I'm gonna buy shares here. Nobody buys shares here at 1258. This is just retail buying right now. The big boys, they buy here and they go out. So hopefully it's fairly simple, and you hear it all the time. Buy on the bottom, sell high. That's all they do. Okay, this one definitely missed. There's another one. It's called Coop Software. Oh my god. Dude, this company got decimated from 400 to 60.
Wow.
Holy mother of drops. How did we miss this? What did they do?
That's probably what they didn't do.
But do you guys see this, the man zone test?
Yup.
Holy crap. And this is where rookies, well, people make mistakes. They're like, man, there's no fucking way I'll go from 67. It's at 400. Oh my God. Tell the market makers that they can drop this stock to 60 and that there will be idiots buying back from you at 400. And they're like, okay, thank you guys. Yeah, sell it to us because you don't want it anymore. We'll drop it all the way to the initial demand zone we had here. And then here's the next one. Man, this, wow.
That's pretty crazy.
This is not a bad company, though. That's the problem. This is not a bad company at all. Okay, this one deserves a little bit more attention. And this one, yeah, you can play the breakout here. Just know you're gonna have a little mini rejection coming up here. If you take this break right here, again, you guys know this is your reward right here. If you wait for this break over, then you know what's your reward as well. So it's definitely worth playing, but over that break of this level. I just can't believe it. Wow. That is crazy. There's another one, software company that's interesting. Look what happened here on the weekly bottom. I had it marked. I just didn't have it alerted. 283 to 420. Another software company that decided to run. Wow. Yeah, it's going 440. And this might run tomorrow. What's that? Twilio. 160. Wow.
Yeah, didn't Twilio just get hacked or something?
I don't know. I haven't.
Some news.
But they also took a really bad beating. I mean, wow. So when you're charting on big time frames, on using TPO, to me, this is one of the favorite things to do, just for the beauty of the chart. I'm looking here and I'm noticing where the major rejections will be just based on the time. right? So if I look here, if I was to mark any levels, here's this one. Here's this one. And this level here sends it to all-time. So 375 is going to go to all-time high. But to me, I don't know, I just love this concept of big picture levels. You look at them, chart them, and then you go, so here's, this looks like, you guys see how this number and this number, they're actually aligned up. So the only reason why this one probably has more strength is the, I don't even know why they did this. To me, it looks like the volume actually should have been here instead of here on POC. You guys see that? I'll just take a note in my notepad here. Take a look at this one a little bit more. I would have expected this to be the demand zone, but it seems like this one is. And this will be the demand zone as well. So if you ever get like where you want to chart some stuff that's interesting, I would definitely do this. Here's this. And most people think that these levels can be retested. They can definitely be retested. Wow. Who expected Disney to go up after Corona, like kind of ended or whatever you want to call it? Did anyone expect a little bit better run than this?
I don't know. They're in so much more than just theme parks now.
Yeah. I think if this stock ever wants to go higher, for me, they have to spin off ESPN. Make it a separate company. And I think Amazon is going to do the same with the AWS soon. I mean, me personally, if I was waiting to buy shares, I'll wait to buy here. This would be something that I'd be interested. So if it goes here, comes back, goes here, and then it can go higher. But, it's not like it doesn't hit these levels here. So I don't know how many times it needs to hit it, but I think this would be worth watching here for Disney. Yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure we have a better setup for intraday here as well. But now it's in the range. You guys see it? It's just playing kind of ping pong right now. So what would you call is happening here? Anyone? In terms of the buyers. You have buyers here. You have perfect sellers here. There's no initiative buying or initiative selling yet. You guys see that in this range? Meaning there's no dominant force. They're agreeing. See how here it goes? So this was before support. And look now, it just hit that and it became resistance. So now if you're able to break 142, you can definitely take this for calls because it's most likely going to run to about 150, 155. So I'll definitely watch this one tomorrow a little bit. I think it's time that it returns a little bit of heat to the upside.
Yeah, going back to your earlier point, it would also play out nicely off of that line. It would be the liquidity grab to stop out people
Oh yeah,
below
like
and
these
then
people. Yeah,
stop
good
out.
eye. So most likely the retail that bought these shares somewhere around here, their stop losses. If I was to think, it's either 125 or 120. Just thinking a human brain. It's like, hey man, yeah, I got it 130. I'll put $5 stop loss or $10 stop loss and look at these levels. This is literally at 120, the confluence that we're looking for right here. So 120 would be a great grab, even for shares or some calls. And that's how you swing. You buy at a major support. You don't swing on a breakout. That's maybe you use it and you're successful. But me personally, I would never buy a breakout and swing off the breakout. It's so much easier to swing off of major support because you know you're going to get 2 weeks or maybe even less. You're going to get a nice little bounce off of it. And look here, you got a bounce. You went 157. Now you're making lower highs. So if you're going to play this, for weekly contracts, then you just watch for the break of this one, right? So maybe if you draw it a little bit better. So definitely watch this. And me personally, you guys would already know, I would not take this here. Like this is your trend line entry. I would not take that. I would want the higher high to be broken. You don't FOMO here. You come back here, you can take that, and then this will be your first rejection here that you would get, and you would get out right there. So $6 move on Disney if you're going to play this break here. What about PayPal? Pretty good demand zone. I think we talked about this one way back when this happened, actually. Yeah, when this consolidation happened. So we said it could happen. This is, I was expecting what here? Anyone? We just talked about it. I was expecting a liquidity sweep here. But they said, no, we're going down. We're going another $70 down. That's a pretty good drop. Yeah, I think tomorrow, if this drops to 113, this is a good bounce play here. This like right here. So it would look, let me delete this. So if you're going to look at it for intraday play, and this can pay nicely. I don't know if anyone has ever played it, but I have intraday levels. I'm just looking off of these levels. I would play this here. How do I make sure it's accurate? So it has VPOC here. Well, I don't know. Yeah, it has VPOC here at 117. You guys see where on the 30-minute, right? I'm looking at 30 minutes, and you guys see where most of the time is being spent?
The bottom.
Yeah.
Being spent right here at the 114 area, and then you just think about it. These are volume profiles, and some people argue like TPO doesn't equal volume profile. It doesn't. It's different. But if the price, math's fairly simple. If the price is and volume is spent, if the volume is being spent most of this time, there means that most likely there's a lot of shares or it's being accumulated or dropped in large quantities. It doesn't mean it will stays there the longest, but you think about this, you think about this one, then you have this one, this one, this one, and look, if I was to grab and extend this, I'll probably capture all of these POCs here. Everything besides this one, I guess, gets captured here. So it's kind of interesting when you combine it with similar concepts, right? And on 1 hour, I should have a bull flag. Yep, here it goes. You guys see the bull flag? or bull pennant, if you want to call it. So this is not bad tomorrow to kind of watch this for a bounce, more of a bounce play rather than breakout play of the, I mean, unless it starts running tomorrow. Yeah, this is probably worth watching here. See how we do tomorrow. I do think this dumps tomorrow to like 126. If we see bad, and there's a little bit of a drop. So what kind of day is this? Does anyone see? Did I put everyone to sleep?
No.
I'm just taking notes.
Okay, so this would be your typical day here. Open high, initial balance low. This is your typical day. So let me just, oh, this one is actually marked up pretty well. Then in this day here, pretty tight open at 3 o'clock. Look what happens. It's always 3 o'clock for me in previous history that I've seen. Between 2:30 and 3, a typical day becomes extended typical at this time, the last hour or hour and a half. So this became a little bit of extended typical, but not much. So this one hasn't had like a trending day. So here's this one. So, well, this one, I don't know. Oh, this one opened here. So here's your trending day here. Yep. So I had a trending day, and then basically, so just mark these levels. It went high and went in low, and it basically lost that level today. So if you wanted to short this, like truly short it, 132.79 and below, you can short it. And then you see here how tight the opens are. So if this breaks, you know, if it's going to run, I would say it needs to break 135.63, which is a previous day low. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it would make the trade so much easier here. Well, I guess previous day low is. Where's that guy from Twitter that said script sucks? Look at that. I have to draw this shit now.
I'll save you 10 seconds. That guy.
Yeah, the 10 seconds. I just spent 30 seconds figuring out which one it was. So previous day low is right here, and we closed below it, 134.35. Oh, I'm sorry. After hours, we went below it. So tomorrow, I mean, we know previous day highs here. So I think if it reclaims 134.36 tomorrow morning, you can literally expect to run to 137.87 within split seconds and get out of there. And you just find one trade. You just have to focus on one trade tomorrow, and you kind of make your money. I was just looking for some gems, like to see. Do you guys run any scams, anyone, or ever?
No, I haven't gotten to that level yet. I'm still just trying to shuffle between like PayPal, AMD, Nvidia, and SPY.
Oh, that's fine. Let's see. Let me go. Okay, I'll do this. What I'm doing now, I'm scanning any stocks that are in the monthly bottom clouds that we have, just to see like which sectors are on the bottom right now. And a lot of information technologies on the bottom. Let me make sure that I put monthly bottom. Monthly bottom. Did I? Hold on. I gotta get closer because it's Adobe's in the monthly bottom.
Yeah, they got wrecked. Bombed their earnings apparently.
but it's at the monthly bottom. That's oh my god! Wow! Oh my god! Wow! 700, and they bombed their earnings from 700, and now they say they bombed their earnings from 700 to 414. Yeah, this is, they're gonna start buying this right here. Monthly bottoms don't go unnoticed ever.
Dude, with that, you got that set up to scan. That's pretty sweet too.
Yeah, so this finds like pretty much our bottoms right now.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, but there's Weave. This is a good stock. I know, what's her name? Kathy, what was her last name?
Woods?
Woods, yeah. Yeah, the lady, she keeps buying the stock. Lemonades on the bottom, SQs on the monthly bottom. So you have Octa, 144 in Octa. Man, I'm sorry, I'm just super excited on this. Like, so these are some really good buys right here, especially this company here. 290 to 130. I mean, you lost 50%. And look at this one, guys. You see this on the bottom? They're literally buying everything they can in this company right now.
Yeah, Octa makes good shit.
Oh, dude, this is an excellent company, man. Thank God I ran the scan, because tomorrow is a field day on this one. That, guys, this will bounce like major bounce. I'm telling you, this is a really good company. I don't know when they had their earnings here. Do you guys see the earnings estimates were negative 148? The actuals came in. Did I read that right? At 0.07 positive. Why are the estimates so shitty? Okay, well, that's... Yeah, this is definitely a buy for me for tomorrow.
Yeah, read up on it. They got a big hack going on right now.
Oh, they're all, like, they are hacks right now?
Yeah.
See, that's the news that...
I haven't read or dug into it. All I know is I remember seeing it in the
Yeah, I'll read tonight.
thingy.
After I finish this, see what's going on. All right, so there's a butterfly here. All spreads. But look at this guy. 150 calls. Dude, they're so cheap. For tomorrow.
After this, would you mind looking at ASAN, Shorty?
Yeah, well,
thank you.
That's the CEO that keeps buying.
Yeah, like that's the only decent thing I ever hear about that company.
Yeah, that's the only thing I see everywhere. Man, that Kathy was getting destroyed. These are all of her funds here. Wayfair is a 120. Wow, why is Yum Brands hurting in China? Who did Microsoft buy? Penn or what's the other game? Activision?
Activision. Penn is gambling.
Okay.
They also bought Nuance, or they announced it last week.
Okay, is that a security company or gaming?
No, Nuance is a voice recognition company used in the medical field.
Oh, yeah. Microsoft bought them? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Microsoft bought them.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Microsoft is onto something big in the healthcare sector. So I think that's why they bought Nuance.
Guys, this, you guys see Fiverr? You guys know what that is?
It's a run-up person or whatever. Template.
What, the freelancer? The freelancer?
Yeah, it's a freelance company. I mean, they're really buying the living crap out of this thing right now, guys. There's potential that this is going to get a bounce right here to a double, meaning probably go up to here, right here, 144. Where are we right now? 75.91. Not highly liquid. July 15th, 95 calls. April 14th, 75. 85. Well, I mean, I can definitely see this being hit way before then. Probably around $90. 83 first, which is the weekly or monthly inside. Yeah, this doesn't look bad. Not an expensive swing. This one. So this scanned all of the monthly bottoms, and usually what I like to do for my shares, I like to buy stuff in the monthly bottom. Baba, I'll show you what happened to Baba. Baba lived in the monthly bottom for some time. Well, I guess it's still below the monthly bottom, but it's been here for some time now, and it seems like still not done with this. And right now, it's doing a bearish backdoor on the monthly cloud right here. So there's a high chance Baba's going to fall tomorrow. My first target on Baba will be right here, 106. So you can expect a retest there. Wow, that was such an easy short here. Okay, anyone see a play here? You should be able to recognize this. We put Drew asleep.
No, I'm here.
Where was the entry here?
Oh, right off the, well, the retest of the top of the cloud or the bounce from the middle.
Yeah, so here's your bearish money shot here, for anyone wondering. Went outside, came here, short. This becomes your stop loss right here. You take that or the break of the cloud, whatever you like. You're pretty much still in this trade, and I'm only on 3 minutes here. This becomes your trade. So short at about what, 117 all the way to 112. And if you knew monthly bottom was at 124, right where it rejected, that's also a pretty good short on a bearish backdoor. Well, and then what I like to do is I sometimes run just quick weekly, and if there's something on quarterly that's a rare surprise. If you find something on quarterly and it's a good company, you can definitely buy it.
AT&T.
AT&T, man, they're struggling left and right. Baba's in a quarterly. I just don't like to trust Chinese companies at the moment a lot. Not the companies itself, but more the regulators around the listings of those companies, such as in U.S. government and other governments. So this is just looking at weekly bottom. So Roku is getting attention. There's your ASUN. ASUN's at, oh my God, it's $40. They take a beating. I thought it was $80 stock.
It's down to 40.
I thought I saw it at $80 not too long ago. Maybe I'm thinking different stock.
No,
it
I
was.
shorted the shit out of it earlier.
Oh wow!
Earnings and the last quarter.
But dude, it is. Yeah, it did take a really bad beating. I mean, it lost 66% of its value. So Pinterest, not interested in this. Also, what's her name? Kathy buys this. DocU on the weekly bottom. Octa, Snow, Twilio, Affirm, Pfizer. What's this? Lemonade. I don't see. Oh, there's financials. A lot of financials are pretty much all the big boy. JPM, Citi, Ozark, KKR. Wow, they took a beating. This is a really big private equity firm or equity firm. I think they're the biggest in the world. No, they're not done yet. Oh, I'd watch GS tomorrow over 338. I'll definitely watch it tomorrow over that 338. It can fly. And if they're pretending to increase interest rates 6-7 times, banks will benefit from it. Yeah, this looks pretty good for tomorrow. I'd watch this or bounce to 334. We're gonna get either or. All right. Well, I think that's it for tonight. I'll be live tomorrow. Took a day off, so you guys will all be on trading. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Thanks, Shorty.
Yeah, Shorty. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
Have a good night.
Good night.